Most AI demos are talent shows. They look at what I've built, see how smart this is, watch this automation. The demos that actually close deals, they're not like that at all. They're autopsies. They show exactly where the business is bleeding cash and make it so that they can't say no. So today, I'm going to give you the 3 that work every single time when you're on a call. AI is blowing up in the world right now. Every business owner thinks that they need AI, and they are absolutely wrong. Hear me out. They don't need AI. They need their Tuesday back. They need that client to stop leaving. They need that dead lead to become reactivated. The demos that close, they don't sell technology. You're not selling a tool. You're not selling anything else. You're selling time, retention, and found money. Those 3 things. 3 specific problems, 3 very, very uncomfortable conversations for the client on their side, and 3 moments where they realize that they've been losing money the whole time. I'm about to hand you on a plate the exact playbook so that when you jump on these AI conversations, you close the deal. This is so easy to do that it's scary, but none of you have been doing it because it feels uncomfortable. You start your demo with a calculator, watch them squirm, right? The first question that you ask is, how many leads did you get last month? They'll say 200, 400, whatever they say. Cool. How many became customers? Usually 5%, 10%, depends on the close rate of the business. How long does your team spend on each lead? Here, they will 100% lowball it, which works in your favor. They'll say maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, but let's stick with 10, maybe 10 minutes. Now you do the math in front of them. 200 leads at 10 minutes ago is 33 hours, and 190 of those leads never buy. 31 hours out of that 33 hours are spent on nothing. Even at a modest $50 an hour, that's over $1,500 in pure waste. Their face changes every single time because they realize the potential. Here's where you twist the knife to make sure that they understand that potential. What could your best sales rep do and close in 31 extra hours? Now is when you demo. You show them the lead qualification bot. You don't explain how it works. Don't fall into that trap. I've covered that before. Show them the filter in action. Can you work for free? Let's say a form submission says that. Can we have a free trial? Deleted before it even hits human eyes. It's gone, right? The AI's handled it. Budget's $50. Auto rejected with a polite response, saying, sorry, we're not a good fit, If the inquiry says, we've been looking for these services for 6 months and we really need this resolved by next Friday, the sales rep's phone rings immediately. And I can relate to this majorly because my caravan company that does 7 figures now was getting 400 to 600 leads a month. We were literally ghosting interested buyers because we couldn't keep up. We weren't on top of anything. It was all manual. It wasn't about working harder. The solution wasn't about working harder. It was about working on the right people. And our conversion rate has skyrocketed since then. I saw the software because I built it, but they don't see the software. They just see their Tuesday back. They see their week back for their sale rep. But there's a key here. Save time means nothing if revenue is walking out the back door. When's the last time a client cancelled out of nowhere? They always have a story. There's always a reason. Here's the truth bomb. It wasn't out of nowhere. They sent you 5, 6, 7, 8 signals. You missed all of them because you don't have any AI involved in your business. Email response time went from same day to 3 days, right? They stopped using the best features that you have. A new person joined their email chain. Maybe they were shopping for alternatives. Support tickets ceased to exist. They weren't using your support tickets platform anymore. Freshdesk was empty. Their power user went dark, right? The guy who used to really lead and charge their business and relationship with you just disappeared. This is where you get specific. I had a client paying 4,000 USD a month. The AI that caught their team hadn't logged in 9 days, right? They hadn't used this content generation tool amongst a few other things. And 9 days they were paying me for something that they weren't using. So I reached out using AI saying, it wasn't just, hey, checking in, how are you? It was, hey, I noticed that your team hasn't used X and Y for a while. Have you hit a snag? It took me about 10 minutes to fix it. It was an issue with a tool, an API call. They basically came back and were like, oh my God, you're the only vendor who actually gives a shit about what happens inside of our business. So here's what you show them to showcase that. The exact moment engagement drops, the automated alert fires. So each business will have a time frame for that, of where that suits. That exact time frame is when an alert gets fired and they take action based off of it. The specific action to take that saved $4,000 for me might be different for somebody else, But if you make them calculate their average client value, multiplied by their churn rate, that's what they're losing by being reactive instead of being proactive. And that is a big difference. They realize they're flying blind until the breakup email arrives. And they think that it's out of nowhere. But it isn't. And once that penny's dropped, you move into, now let me show you the money that you have already written off as dead, but is actually still available to you. This is my favorite, so this is why I leave it to last on demo calls. Open your CRM, click on lost deals, tell me the total. Nobody wants to look, believe me. Push them. Make sure that you push them to actively do this. The number is always painful. Usually 6 figures, 7 figures. What could have been? Right? What could have been with the automations we've just discussed? What could have been if you ensured that you handled them properly? But here's what nobody tells you. 15 to 20% of those leads will still buy. They are not dead, they are dormant. The difference? Timing and context. Everybody sends just checking in garbage. Nobody cares about your newsletter, right? Delete. Someone sends, hey Sarah, you mentioned Q4 was your busy season in January. It's September, still need that inventory solution? Meeting booked. Really simple. A real example that makes me smile every single time. I had a lead that went cold for 83 days, but they'd given me a specific note about why. Not a peep in that period. Didn't say anything to them. AI sent one message referencing their exact pain point from the initial call from my Fireflies. Not generic, specific. They responded 14 minutes later and I closed the deal in, was it 13 days? For $8,500 USD. The math is stupid simple. Dead leads in CRM, $200,000. Conservative, 15%, right, resurrection. That's 30K. Cost to implement, outside of your initial charge and fee, 0. They're already in your system. You've paid for the inquiries. Your brand has generated the inquiries. Effort required, 0. AI handles it. Reactivation. Show them their own CRM. Make them see the gold mine that they are sitting on. Their dead list becomes a not yet list. So guys, it's homework time, 3 numbers. How has your team have wasted on trash leads last week? Number of clients that you've lost this year? Value of dead leads in your CRM? Drop them in the comments if you dare, right? If you're brave enough. Most people won't be, but if you are, do it. If the total doesn't make you angry, whether you comment or not, you're calculating it wrong. This is for you or your clients. Here's the thing. These aren't advanced strategies. They're obvious. That's why everybody's scared of them. Nobody does them because they're too busy building fancy workflows and fancy AI agents that don't solve real problems. Stop selling AI, start recovering losses. Every business is losing money in 3 ways. Time on the wrong people, clients slipping away silently, dead leads that aren't actually dead. That is a guaranteed fact across every business. Your demo shouldn't showcase your tech skills. They should showcase their money disappearing. Then show them getting it back. The lead qualifier gives them their time back. The health monitor, churn detection, keeps revenue from leaving. The resurrection engine for reactivation prints money from dead leads. That is not a demo, that's a business case with proof. My last video was pure gold about how to close high ticket deals and it merges perfectly with this one, right? Word for word, psychological triggers, etc. that make them buy on the call instead of thinking about it. You need to watch that. You're not an AI provider, you're a profit recovery specialist. Now go recover some profit for businesses.